Hello, my name is Mark. Welcome to my 2015 Tab Max S trailer. Today we're going to do another upgrade. This is quite an extensive upgrade. While I'm waiting for parts for my air conditioner upgrade, I decided to fix the second Achilles heel of this model trailer. You all know this back bench, and you take these cushions off like this, and then the back seat lays down, and that's part of the bed. They have some articulated hinges in the back with ratchet on them, so they can be put up in several places. This is storage. There's some Aldi here and a little bit of storage here. But there's a lot of storage back there that you basically can't use. And here's why: is when you go to lift this back up, and back it comes. That's as far forward as this guy, the back of this comes. How do you reach down in there? See, I'm a reasonably tall guy. I can't reach to the bottom of that cabinet, especially that side. This side you can get to by lifting this cushion out and reaching in, but that side is completely back. So what I'm going to do is I can't take credit for this upgrade, but I'm going to make my own spin on it, as I usually do. What we're going to do is we're going to connect to those hinges right there, bring some metal strap up here, and put another hinge on the top. So as this can lay down and hinge this way up and down, as it can hinge this way up and down, also going to make it so it can hinge that way, so that what you'll be able to do is just reach under here and lift this up. Really nice. This back seat will be able to go both ways, the way it normally goes with all the normal ratcheting, and this new way so that you can reach in there. So we're going to go into the shop, talk to you about the parts that you need. I'll draw up some plans of exactly what I'm going to do, the hinge modifications that I make. But let's just get a parts list real quick and go from there, and then we'll hit the welder. I love welding. We'll see you in a bit. Hello, welcome back. It's my shop. It's a beautiful day out, so we're going to do this workout in my driveway this morning. This project is very, very simple as far as parts go. This is a parts list. You just need a few pieces of steel, a couple of hinges, and some wood screws. This steel is just some scrap flat iron that I had. It's good quality though. It's 3/16 inches thick, 1.5 inches wide, 15.5 inches long. So you need 2 of the 15.5 inch pieces. These 2 pieces are exactly the same width and thickness, but they are 7 inches long. So you need 2 at 15.5, 2 at 7. These hinges are just standard cabinet hinges. They are 3 inches by 3 inches. Very simple. You get them at Ace or whatever. And you need some wood screws to put this all together. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this metal up so I can weld it. And like I said, I'm going to have plans for you at the end of this, an actual paper drawing, so that if you want to take that to a welder, he can make this up for you in probably an hour. Takes me a little bit longer because I don't have all of the, you know, all the saws and everything. You know, I'm here with an angle grinder and a welder. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead and weld these all up, and we're going to go into the trailer, and I'm going to show you how they work. It's going to be easier for me to explain how they work once you can see them, rather than try to explain with my hands like I do. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cleaned up, get them all welded together, and then we'll go into the trailer and I'll show you how they're going to fit and how they're going to work. See you then. Okay, here we are. I've taken a wire wheel to my steel. It's amazing. This is what it's like before, just surface rust. Wire wheel takes that off. And I've took it to my grinding wheel and taken the edges off so it won't snag in any upholstery or anything. With it all wire wheeled like that, it'll weld better for me, and it'll also take paint better. So let me go ahead. I'm going to take one of these guys and lay it out and show you how it's going to look for one side hinge, and they're mirror images of one another, with one side hinge that I'm going to make, and so you get a little idea of what I'm going to weld up. Okay, here we are laid out. That's what I'm going to build. That's all there is to it. I'm just going to take that piece of flat steel, run it at a 90-degree angle to this one, leave a little gap right here so I have room for the hinges themselves. Get this at a 90-degree angle. The only thing that's important is the distance from the end of this to the inside lip here be 16 inches. That's all that's important. So from here to here needs to be 16 inches. This all needs to be square. So I'm going to weld here, I'm going to weld here, flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. Doesn't have to be exceptionally strong. There's not a whole lot of weight on this. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get at it. Okay, here we go. I got it all clamped up. It's exactly 90 degrees. It's exactly 16 inches as I need it to be. Got my MIG welder out. Got my fire suit on. Got respirator. Got my helmet. I think I'm good to go. I'm going to go ahead and do just light welding here. Doesn't need to have to carry a tank, right? So next time you see us, we should have 2 of these done. See you later. Hello, here we are. We're done. These are 2 mirror image hinge assemblies. I've just got about a dozen spot welds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and they just operate just like that. No big deal. So now we're going to go into the trailer. I'm going to show you the disassembly of the couch assembly. We're going to show you the taking out of the hinges, and then I'll spot weld the hinges on here, and then we'll reassemble this whole thing, and then my back of my couch will open both ways. Excellent. See you. Okay, here we are in the trailer. That's the back of my couch. Here's one of my hinges. Right, we just made one of these guys, and how it's going to mount, there's the hinge at the bottom. See that hinge? I'm going to take those 4 screws out, and I'm going to weld my new hinge assembly on top of that, just like that. The top of the hinge will sit here, and we will screw here, 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 and all the way down this length of this guy into the top of this. So what you'll see is that hinge back there will continue to work like it always has, but this new hinge will allow this guy to rock back, so that when he's down like that, that hinge will work, and when he's up like this, that hinge will work. Let's go ahead and get this guy out. First thing that I'm going to need to do is take these 4 screws off and those 4 screws off, and then we'll lift this out of here. Let's get at it. Okay, to get this all off, you need to get those screws in the back out. You also need to get these screws out of here. And you can see they put that hinge on very well. See how it's not where it should be. It's not back up against there. It's kind of set at an angle. And that's because they were having trouble. If you look at where that screw belongs, if this hinge were all the way to the wall, that screw would be going between these 2 pieces of wood. It wouldn't give much to bite in. So they bent this and angled it in. They also put a bolt and a nut on this guy to help with that situation. We're going to fix that. I'm going to get this mounted. When I put it back, I'll mount it back the way it should be, and I'll extend a plate out here that will give this better bite. Anyway, so get these off, those on the other side, those on the back, and then this whole thing can come out. Okay, we have the hinges out. You can see I've marked them. This is the passenger side, and this way is down, so that I can make sure that I absolutely get these in the right place. This side's driver's side and down, this side's passenger side and down. So we're going to lift this guy out of here. We're going to go ahead and weld this up. If you wanted to know how these work, it's pretty straightforward. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. That's the laid down position, and you can see the ratchet here. And when you start to lift that back up, it goes in the first position, it goes in the second position, and that's how that back is up. You pull it one more time and it releases. Pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and weld this onto our hinge assemblies. Let's get at it. Okay, I have, this is a passenger side hinge, 4 little spot welds there, and 5 here. Should be plenty strong. We'll clean that up, and then we're going to do some painting, and then we're going to assemble it. Yahoo! Important point here, that piece comes exactly flush to the edge. See that right there? That needs to be flush right to that edge. That's where you need to mount that, if you're following my diagrams. Anyway, back at it. There we go. Those are my 2 hinge assemblies, mirror images of one another. I've just done some spot welding. You can see that. I don't claim to be a spectacular welder, but the welds that I make are strong and they work. I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that are much better welders than I am. So this is not a lesson on how to weld. Don't do it like I do it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and mount those on the mount those on the cushion, and you'll start to see how this is going to work. Back in a bit. Okay, here is the cushion out to the back, and this is how those hinges mount. That wood comes here. That's why this needed to be 16 inches so it would come out and still be able to drill into that wood. Now I've drilled holes and countersunk them so I can run wood screws in there, and now you can start to see how this is going to operate. It can still hinge here, but it's going to be connected at the top, so it can hinge there too. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off and paint them up so they all look nice, and then we'll mount this whole thing in the trailer when that dries. Excellent. See you in a bit. Okay, here it is mounted, painted, ready to go. That's where the screws go. So now you can start to see the hinge works in the ratchet like you're used to, but it'll also tip up like that. The light's not great, but I hope that's okay. See that? That should work just great. Let's go put it in the trailer. Hey, look at that. We are done. This works great. We are perfectly reassembled, and you're up in the couch mode as usual. Take these cushions off, pull up to release. There, the bed's down, and here's the cool part. You know how you couldn't reach back up over the top? Just pull this guy mid position. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? That is totally awesome. So there's how it works. There's my hinge assemblies, spot welded to the originals. Give you a nice slow pan of that. There's the other side. So you can see how that hinges over there, and that hinges over there. Works just like it did before. Up, down, sleep on it, pull it to the mid position, and now you can get to that. You just reach right on in there. Isn't that sweet? No reaching over the top. Excellent. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. We're still waiting for the air conditioning stuff to finish that up, but in the meantime, my wife and I can get to our stuff. Excellent. Have a good day. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll put together a mechanical drawing of the hinges that I made, and if you were a welder, you're good to go. If not, just take it to a welding shop and they'll hook you up really quick. Anyway, take care, drive safe.